Wow. What a nice party.
It sure was. I hope I can get up for work tomorrow. It's kind of late.
What do you do?
I'm a pediatrician. What do you do?
I'm a teacher.
That's great. We both work with children.
Yes, we are just alike. We both work with children. We are both professionals. What?
I have not exactly heard anyone say that before. That teachers are professionals just like doctors. I have not given it much thought.
Well, teachers are professionals. Most of us have earned an advanced degree, sometimes with special certifications. Each year we attend in service, or continuing education, classes for new information about how students learn, or new tests, or improved instructional methods.
I see.
Most of us belong to professional organizations that provide us with a continual stream of new educational information. We have dedicated our lives to our careers.
Well, I guess that seems fair to say. Except
What?
I don't really know how to ask this.
What?
Well, I'm thinking about our educational paths to our jobs. I am guessing that you began teaching right after you completed your undergraduate degree?
Well, yes. I mean, most teachers do. Oh, sure, there are a few who choose to earn a master's degree before teaching, but it can be much harder to get a job if you do it that way.
So you can start your career right in the classroom teaching before earning the terminal degree in your profession.
Well, yes.
So really, in that sense, you are not like me. I had to complete an advanced degree before I could practice medicine. Even then, I had to pass a very difficult set of exams before seeing patients on my own. Not to put you on the spot, but do teachers have those kinds of exams, you know, boards or bar exams?
Of course we do. The praxis exams are given to all education majors who plan to teach.
And what is the calculated fail rate for the praxis exam?
Calculated fail rate?
Yes, that's the number of people who are guaranteed to fail the exam each time it is given. For example, in most states about 20% of law school graduates will not pass the bar exam. In places like California and New York, it is closer to 40%.
Really?
Yes. As professionals, lawyers expect that there will be a standard threshold of knowledge and analytical ability. If a person scores in the bottom 20%, it is presumed that they do not meet the necessary competency. The same principle works with medical boards and CPA exams.
Gosh, well, I guess it kind of depends.
On what?
On how one looks at the test boards. 100% of the people in this state pass part 1 of the praxis test. But only about 80 or 85% of the people pass the specific subject parts of praxis.
Is it always that way?
No. I suppose I see your point on that. We have a test, but we are not really weeding out people of lower abilities very much. But we are still professionals.
Is it as expensive to be a teacher as it is to be a doctor?
Expensive? In what way?
Well, you know, for insurance.
Good heavens, no. I think I pay about 3% of my health insurance premiums.
No. I didn't mean health insurance. I was talking about malpractice insurance. Don't you have to carry malpractice insurance like doctors, lawyers, and accountants do?
No. We don't need malpractice insurance.
Don't be upset. Just tell me how it works if you mess up when you're doing your job. I carry malpractice insurance because, if I make a mistake in the practice of medicine, it can have very costly, even fatal, consequences.
No one ever died from a bad education, or the occasional bad teacher. If I make an educational mistake, a memo goes into my personnel file. What is your point?
I'm just suggesting, that if the students served have no recourse against a teacher for negligent performance of his or her duties, maybe we're not exactly the same kind of professional.
That's preposterous.
Well, I really did not set out to offend you, but you did claim to be the same kind of professional as me, a doctor. I'm really just trying to sort out the similarities and the differences. I must ask you another question, if you're up for it.
It's rather late.
I'll be quick. Tell me about what those advanced education courses do. I mean, since usually teachers are already completely engaged in their profession.
What do you mean?
Well, do they change the scope of your job? I guess I'm asking, why bother spending the money for getting an advanced degree when you can do everything you need to do with an undergraduate degree?
Well, it's no burden to go back to school. I mean, my school district pays for most of my tuition.
For real? You don't have to pay for it yourself?
You can, if you want.
Wow. That's incredible. I wish my hospital had a setup like that, to pay my med school tuition for me. But you know, it still is a lot of work. Why bother with it?
Well, don't be silly about it. Every credit hour earned towards an advanced degree increases a teacher's salary.
Seriously?
I am serious.
I'm sorry to seem surprised. It's just that in my world, taking extra classes has no direct correlation to the salary I am paid. It just is part of doing the best job I can do. And, hopefully, avoiding malpractice suits through that knowledge.
You know, I really don't care to be attacked by you this way. I am a very dedicated teacher. I take great pride in helping the children in my classes. I spend many hours outside of the classroom doing things that are truly beneficial for the students. I am a professional.
You do not need to cop an attitude. I have not challenged your personal abilities as a teacher. I am just examining your claim to be a professional as our culture typically understands the word.
Well, I'm professional at least in the sense that I am paid for what I do.
Like a plumber or a secretary.
A teacher's job is more difficult and more important than a plumber's or secretary's job. You are trying to insult me. You must not value teachers.
No, I do value teachers. But doctors are the ones who are insulted when people artificially elevate teachers to professional status. A status which is traditionally carried with it expectations of mastery, before being entrusted with the responsibilities of the work. A status which has traditionally sifted potential new members through testing, to assure a standard of knowledge and performance in the practice of that profession. A status which is assured that those standards will be met, by requiring malpractice insurance for all of the members. You and I carry very different professional burdens. We are not the same kind of professional.
I suppose I see your point. No one in our union ever really explained it that way to me.
Your union?
Well, yes. I belong to the teachers' union.
For crying out loud, that's exactly what I mean. Union, indeed. Ugh. Good night.